Assalamu alaikum. So today our topic is that the coronavirus has entered in Pakistan, and let's see what coronavirus is. And I think every Pakistani should know about it, so I am making a video. So viruses are living and non-living material, living and non-living composition. So which means that they are living as well as non-living. So they are at the edge of the life. They are living because they have DNA, non living because the other material is not living. Viruses are of two types, RNA and DNA. The coronavirus is a RNA type virus and it has been discovered in Wuhan, China 2020. Well, the coronavirus is a group of viruses. So group of viruses was already discovered and three viruses out of it were discovered and their cure is available and it is found in animals and sometimes it can affect human and after that we have the treatment. But if we look for the new disease which we have found in the 2020 in the Wuhan, China's city, so here this disease is kind of spreading fast and this disease have arrived due to the trend of eating uncooked foods in China which transmitted a live animal virus into human. So there was some particular human who ate the food contaminated with the coronavirus as their food was a living animal and that animal can be a fish or that can be any we can say a species, not an animal, because in animal we usually consider mammals or big animals, or it can be a bird. But here, uncooked foods in China are can be seafood, seahorse, or anything. So from that particular animal, we species, we got the coronavirus. So that human, when that human got that virus, now that virus know how to spread himself, and now he is making his offspring, and he is very good at spreading from one person to another, and so it is spreading from a human to another human, and that's very easy for him, as easy as if there is a human uh, who is affected by the coronavirus and he is 2 meter away from you. You can be affected by that particular person while he is just 2 meter away from you, and he if he sits there for 15 minutes you will be the victim of the coronavirus. While most of them cure, but the noble coronavirus, I'm going to say noble coronavirus to the virus which is discovered in 2020. So the noble coronavirus has this problem that we are not successful in finding the treatment. That is why we the people are worrying and they are in a rush and they are going here and there. Let's get to know the symptoms of the coronavirus. As the coronavirus or as the corona group of viruses are usually involved in the infection of respiration, so these viruses also affect respiratory system and make you get cough, sore throat, shortness in breathing and fever. But the symptoms can vary with respect to the patient. So just be careful about yourself. If you're getting anything like any problem in your chest, in your trachea, in your all respiratory system, or if you are having fever from 3 days and you are taking medicines for it, which you usually take, and it's not getting cured, just go and look for the doctor. As you know, coronavirus has entered in Pakistan, and we usually do not go to doctors immediately after getting any disease. But here, after the entrance of coronavirus, you have to take this precaution seriously that if you are getting anything in the respiratory system like flu, cough, whatever it is, and you don't have to wait for around more than 3 days. If you got the cough going on till 3 days, just immediately go to a doctor. Precautions. Precautions are, well, there is no permanently solution to protect you from the virus. As you know, our mouth is open. We every day we are eating something, and viruses are all over the environment. If the coronavirus is in the environment, then it's very difficult to stay away from the virus. But what we can do, we can wash our hands often and stop putting our dirty hands in the eye holes. As we know, the openings in our body are less, like the virus can enter from the nose, it can enter from the eyes, it can enter from the inner side of the nails, but that's difficult for it. But while it can enter easily from the mouth, it can enter from some other openings. So these openings have to be cared more, and whenever you coming from outside, just wash your hand and then touch these sort of openings. Without washing your hand, do not touch your mouth, or without don't touch your any of your body opening. Or if you have a infection, do not touch those infections without washing your hands. And mask is a precaution, but that's not very necessary. But if you wear it, that's good. But if you cannot wear it, that's okay, that's not a big deal. Just make sure that you do not keep touching uh, different openings in your body without washing your hand. Like if we usually do, we are outside and we just get some mud stuck in our eyes, and we put our fingers inside and take them out. You don't have to do that. Just let the mud be, or just go to the washroom and wash your hands and wash your eyes. That's what we have to do. Now, let's talk about that. Is this virus the going to end the world or end the existence of life? So the answer is no, it is not going to end the existence of life. But still, we cannot predict the future. Anything can happen. But as we see, as we relate it from other diseases, then I would have to say that people infected with corona died because they were aged and they were unable to fight against any disease which may be prolonged. Normally, diseases come to them, diseases usually approach them, and they get the cure immediately. But in the condition of coronavirus, we do not have any cure nor any treatment. So we eventually ended up dying, and those who were aged, they ended up dying because they do not have the potential to sustain those viruses without any environment. It's just like any other disease, but it came up with a surprise. That's why people are in a rush and they don't know how to react at it, and they are thinking we all will eventually end up dying. That's not something we can predict, but the current condition is showing that there is no chance of destruction of our existence. And coronavirus is just like any other virus. We can compare it with the influenza virus, and the heart rate, sorry, not the heart rate, heart attacks. Heart attacks, well, it's not a disease, so I would preferly compare it with the influenza virus. Then influenza virus have around 40,000 patients, that's rate, while the coronavirus is just 25. Well, yeah, you must be saying that coronavirus has not been spread worldwide, but it has spread it a lot. And after those, if we compare those, still we are getting a very small ratio of the death rate. And we also know that the dying individuals were aged, which means they were weak. They were weak individuals, while in a young one, it immediately just stay till 3 to 4 days or 14 days, and it just disappear. So I don't think so there is any need of treatment, but you can reduce the symptoms by having some medicines like cough. For cough we use cough syrups, and for the shortness of breathness we can use dilators, which will open our pathways and let us breathe normally. So take care of yourself. Thank you for watching, and make sure to subscribe and like this video. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.